What's up everyone, how's it going? It's your boy Hate here once again, coming back to you guys with another video. This one being more towards people that might want to try out the new season of Chronicles of Madrigal Flyff private server, coming out on 7th of March by the way. I figured that some Flyff veteran players that are not so used to this server specific custom made systems might have a hard time going through all of them and understand them from the get-go, so that's what we are going to talk about today. Before we start, I want you guys to let you know that in the description down below you can find my Twitch channel where I'll be streaming the Season 1 launch on a daily basis, and also a referral code that you can use to get some free in-game items as well. So be sure to use that as well. So let's start. We are into the main servers right now on an alt character that I've been messing around with. And as you can see, we are in Saint Warning right now. And in the on the bar skills right here, you can open the menu here by clicking on the gear here, and of course you can have settings and everything that you need here. But also what we are going to look at today is custom menus. Basically it's all the custom systems and menus that the people from this server specifically have made, and you guys want to like understand them from the if you guys want to understand them from the get-go. Let's have a look at them, and I'm going to briefly trying to explain all of them to you. I'll also use timestamps in the video, so you can basically skip through them. Maybe sometimes it's just easy for you to understand, maybe for some players are not. That's why we are going to go through all of them and explain them briefly. So the first one is competitive activities, which are going to click on right now. So basically what this means, there's a drop down here that you can choose from different activities that happen at some point during the day. So some of them are like really fun stuff like dodgeball, drop down, bubble trouble, eggs in one basket. It's not really about who, it's not PvP, environment not PvE, not really competitive. It is competitive but in a fun way, like dodgeball or eggs in one basket, when there are some eggs around and you want to catch as many as you can in some time limit, and that's it basically. So if you click on any of them, it just shows the time until start and some brief description about it, and that's really about what's going on here. Let's go to the next one. It's achievements. This one is really fun for those who are really into going after achievements. You have tons, and I mean tons, as you can see, of achievements that you can get, actually work towards in this private server. So I can assure you that for at least 2 or 3 months in here, you'll have a lot to do if you really want to get all of this done. You probably won't be able to get all of this done, but as you can see, you have for leveling, items, quests, stats, dungeons, time trials, hunting, professions that we are going to talk about a little bit later, PvP, competitive PvE, which is a thing by the way in this server, so that's a really good thing as well, and miscellaneous. Alright, so basically it's just achievements, and you can get like titles, as you can see, you can get borders, materials, gold, and so on and so forth. Let's move on. Missions in this server, you have once again you have the daily missions, and you get XP. The XP goes to the adventurers log, which is like a battle pass, which are we going to talk about a little bit later once we get to it. Weekly ones as well, it's just more XP, it's the 50 instead of 10. It's also not the adventure XP like the XP you get for leveling up, you get XP for battle pass, and the repeatable ones as well. This one is basically how you grind money, how you grind penia on the server. You just go on a certain map and you just fight mobs over and over again and do repeatable quests in order to farm penia. That's how you farm, how you grind bro money in this game, besides doing dungeons and selling gear and materials. Let's go through the next one. Guides. They have a series of guides here. To be honest, I never really got to go through all of them, but you can also do that, and they explain pretty much everything that I am going to explain here. But yeah, I just wing it, I guess. So they just keep in mind they do have guides as well, right, for you to read if you want to. Now, this is where it gets a little bit interesting. We are talking about professions. Basically, I don't think you have ever played another private server that had professions before, so this one is a little bit different. So as you can see, you have four professions here. You have lumberjack, basically cutting trees, fishing, obviously fishing. The miner, it's just you get a pickaxe and you mine ores around the madrigal, and blacksmithing, which comes from crafting and dismantling items that we are going to talk about a little bit later. If you click on crafting, you will have a drop down and you can choose from a lot of stuff to craft in the game, from smelting, which is like ores and shining orichalcums and everything else. You have consumables that you can craft, from pet food and power-ups, even some food as well for your character to use. Weapons, very important. When you get to basically you need materials to craft all of these, and for example these basic leathers you can do by pressing U on your keyboard, and you have dismantle window in here, and basically if I want to get more of these basic leathers I just have to click on instant dismantle. You don't really have to click there, but it's easier. And if you have something that is not for your class, you just right click. Alright, or I'm gonna actually not do that and just show you. You can put your equipment in here and it just shows you what you can get from dismantling this specific piece of gear, and you click dismantle, and this also increases your level on blacksmith. That's why you'll see the blacksmith going up really fast, because it's the easiest one to get to 100 level, which is going to be the max for each professions. Okay, so you can do that for weapons. If we click on something that's more like end game wise, you will see you need more materials. That it doesn't really tell you where to get those from, but it's really easy, because at some point until you get to the later parts of the games, if you press V, this is the dungeon finder window, where you can just click on each individual dungeon. Some of them are solo, some of them require you to group up with some people and do them. They're really fun, they have mechanics. It's not really just straight up forward click on a mob and that's it. And on the right side you can see for each individual dungeon what you can get, and that's how you easily can recognize what you have to do in order to get the materials needed to craft a weapon or piece of armor, and so on and so forth. Yeah, you can craft cards as well for your gear. If you click on profession, basically this is where you upgrade your tools that you're using for your professions. Event items, whenever there's an event you can do that as well from here. Cosmetics, jewelry as well, and so on. Alchemy, again, just more materials. So that's that. Let's go onwards here. What do we have next? Dismantling. Yes, we already talked about this. You just go ahead and dismantle the items that you don't need for more materials. And basically, if you have, let's say, a set part like I do here, this weapon set I'm using right now, and you also get this by just dropping from normal mobs once when you level up and do quests. So let's say I have 3 pieces here, but I'm missing the gloves. I can just dismantle the unnecessary items that I have in my inventory currently and get the materials and basically craft an armor box and choose from the armor box the exact piece of equipment that I'm short of to complete the item set. Since we are at item sets right now, let's talk about a bit of how it's working in this server specifically. So you might know that this is a 4 set piece effect. So if you might be thinking that if you don't have the entire set effect, you won't get the full set effect, but it's not how it's working in here. So if I just remove one piece of gear here, you can see I still have all the stats, but they are less than the max that they can be, you know. So it's STA plus 12 instead of 16, and so on and so forth. Even if I remove 2 set pieces, I still have the set effect, but it's much less than it should be when you have all the set pieces on. All right, let's move on here. Item wiki, I think it's basically on all the private servers, if I'm not mistaken. You just go through all of the item and you can try out different skins, different anything. Let's type in sword, and I want to see how this skin looks like. It's pretty funny, right? So you can basically choose and try out skins, fashions, and everything like that for your character. You can also walk, run, attack mode, and everything. So you can basically see how your character is gonna look like in each of these scenarios. Nothing really special here. We can just move on. Dungeon Finder, exactly where you press V. We talked about this already. It's basically all the dungeons in the game. Some of them are solo, some of them require a group of people. You also, if you are looking at this one specifically, it says required level 100 and required item level 80. Since we are talking about item level, let's go a little bit back into our inventory and see on the top right corner, we are seeing an eye level. Average item level on all equipped gear pieces. Almost all, I think besides the first Vagrant, yes, this one doesn't have, or they have as well, it says item level 1. Basically all gear has a certain item level. If we are looking at this Angel Slayer I'm wearing right now, it has an item level of 50 plus 17 because I upgraded it to plus 4 and I put in some cards, some STR cards, fire cards, and it just boosted a little bit of its item level. Same as with the set pieces, accessories, and everything else. So basically, your item level is the average item level on all the equipped gear pieces. This one, it just allows you to basically go into the dungeons that require you a certain item level to do so. Let's continue now. Wardrobe. Wardrobe is where you, if you want to, you can store your fashion. I don't have any right now on this character because this is an alt I was messing up with. So basically you get, you can get a skin for a main weapon, off weapon of fashion, for your cloak, for your mask or glasses, and this is auras. This is for pet as well. You can just drag and drop an item here. You get you click on add item and you add in your wardrobe a skin that you can basically use and play with. At this moment, I think you cannot get an item out of the wardrobe, if I'm not mistaken, but I think you can actually. If I'm not mistaken, there's a way to do that now, but it wasn't when the season started, so they did fix that as well. Let's go ahead and to the next one. This is the adventure slog. Basically, it's the battle pass of this game. Some private, I think this is the actual first private server that has this one. It's an adventurer's log that's for everyone, like every single item here you can get for free. There's the Chronicles of the Adventurer one. It's basically a premium battle pass that you can pay for and get more of this. And to be honest, it's really worth it. It's not really even that expensive to do. You can also farm Penia in game and buy from people that actually donate for Madrigal coins, and you can tell them that, look, I'm giving you a certain amount of Penia, you can buy me with your Madrigal coins this, and that's it. But in my opinion, it's really worth to get it, by the way. Let's go ahead to the next one, item shop. This is really huge. Like, you can spend a lot of time, and I mean a lot of time, at least 1 or 2 hours going through all of these skins and fashions and weapon skins, weapon auras, armor auras, mounts as well. There's plenty to do in here and lose time with. They're very cool and you should do that for sure. Let's go ahead into the next one. Party Finder, it's when you hit L on your keyboard. This is where you find all the available parties that give you some buffs when you join them. So this is um, uh, one that is 5 out of 8, which means, and it's open as well. It doesn't have a password or anything. I can just click join. I'm all of a sudden in a party with someone else, and I get a 20% XP bonus buff as a passive just because I joined this party alone. So you should know that as well. Let's go ahead. Record book. This is something to be aware of if you are into that kind of stuff. It's basically showing the top players that have the most HP, the most STR, STA, Dex, Intellect, and so on and so forth. Skill damage as well, Omega level, which is after you reach the level 120 max level, which is on this server. At first it was 100, now it's 120. Playtime, C-Score, TDM, which is Team Deathmatch, EBGs, Emerald, Battlegrounds, and FIFA, it's free for all. Um, just, I don't know, something to brag about it. It's just a leaderboard, you know. I think the next one is also a leaderboard. It's a dungeon leaderboard. In here, you can select any of the dungeons that are currently available in the game. Let's go ahead and choose the Moldy Cave one, and you can see the people that finished the fastest. And there are also achievements for that. They also reward you for doing something that, let's say you're the first blade, the first slayer that reaches level 50, level 100, and there's a post about that in the Discord, and you get prizes for it, such as Madrigal coins, which is the real money currency in this game. So be sure to check out if you are into competing with each other for world first. For example. Okay, let's go ahead to the next one. And if this is the last one, I don't have really experience with this. I think it was implemented when I actually quitted the game. But yeah, you need to do a certain quest. Excuse me, do a certain quest in order to be able to open this one. So we can't really go into more details about it. I don't actually know it myself. So once again, we are done with all the custom menus in here. There's one more thing that I want to show you and how you upgrade stuff in this game. So we are at Bobo-chan right now in Saint Morning, and if you click on it, you can pierce card removal, you can item enchant, and weapon grading. Let's since we are weapon grading right now, let's actually see one of my weapons in here. This Angel Slayer is a rare weapon, and as you can see, its name is Blue. Uh, all the items in well, the gear actually, not all the items, all the gear have grades rates, and it's from white, like this one is a common one, then it's green, it's an uncommon one, is the one that I just showed you, it's a rare one, a blue one, then is one I think I have one, no, the next one I think it's epic, it's just purple, and there's another one which is legendary that I don't think I have of right now on this character. So yeah, that's how weapon grading works, and you can basically uh, choose to boost that as well. If you click on item enchanting and you want to enchant any of your gear, you just drag and drop. Let's say I wanna do that, and I need a certain amount of materials to do that. So in this private server, you can't fail an upgrade. That's not how it works. Items can't break. Items can't fail upgrading. But what you need are materials. So obviously, the more you play, the the better gear that you get, it gets harder and harder to get the materials that you need to upgrade them to be fully maxed out. So just keep that in mind. You can't really fail. It's not really even a PT system, or you can basically think about it as a PT system, but you need a certain amount of materials in order to upgrade to the next level. So yeah, that's really good. It really works out very well. So yeah, that's it guys for today. These were all the custom systems. Maybe I did miss on some of them, but I can think of one right now. So once again, you can find in the down the description below my Twitch channel. I'm gonna stream daily once the season 1 launches on 7th of March. I can stress this enough. And please, if you're a new player and you just want to try the server out, be sure to follow my Twitch and also use the referral code that it's linked in the description down below as well, to get some free in-game items by doing so. That way you support what I do, and you also support the people that work their asses off for the server success. See ya.